I feel like this is totally something that happens in nursing that we're not necessarily talking about, but like the survival patterns and coping mechanisms that we, build for ourselves when we're like little baby nurses in school and even in early in our career or in our bedside jobs. There are all these things that we have to do to just kind of make it through. But when you leave the bedside, whether that is to do something non-clinical, remote, going into leadership, or leaving healthcare entirely, all of that stuff doesn't just go away. So things that that the success of our jobs are often built on, this good nurse image and mentality that we also project on each other, even unknowingly, or, maybe this happened from your own leadership or management, but it's people pleasing, perfectionism, because guess what? It could really hurt somebody if we make mistakes. A sense of urgency for everything. I was just telling my friend this story because she just left her healthcare job. So all of this is even more fresh because I just had this conversation yesterday. But months after I wasn't working in the hospital anymore, and I would say to my husband, oh, I'm just gonna run and pee real quick. And he's like, okay, but you don't have to be real quick. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but this is just the things we would say at work. Everything was real quick, or I'm going to run and do this, or I'm going to run and do that. And it's oh my gosh, the way that, whether I was actually rushing or not once I left, I don't know. But it's the feeling that we still have to rush everything, or that everything is urgent, or this constant overwhelm from lots of tasks or overstimulation. Nobody gives us tools to manage that when we're working at the bedside, let alone tells us that those patterns and habits that we develop over years are because, and again, this is a very real thing. You leave the bedside or you leave healthcare and you think now I'm going to feel at peace, or now I'm going to feel relieved. But if you don't work through that stuff, you could still be sort of running all that programming essentially, just out of habit by default, because maybe, you were in your bedside job for 10 years and you know what, that stuff is not going to work itself out overnight.